Donald Trump said after neo-Nazis marched through Charlottesville that they were, quote, very fine people on both sides. If you condemn Donald Trump saying this, will you raise your hand?
One of the reasons why I talk about new leadership, fresh blood, if you will, within the Democratic Party is because of this tone and tenor of resistance. Actual fighters that we have. People who are not beholden to this age-old political order that no longer exists, where like when I worked for the Senate, we would watch on the floor and they would, oh, my good friend across the aisle. You had guys like Fritz Hollings from South Carolina, a Democrat, who would talk to Trent Lott from Mississippi, the majority leader at the time. This dates me. But they would talk to one another like they were good friends, and maybe they were. But this no longer exists unless Democrats want to be cozied up to, friends with white supremacists, racists, white Christian nationalists. All of these are all kind of the same thing, but you can bifurcate them into smaller groups by what they're motivated by. And this inside of this I'll get to the point here. Inside of this group of new leadership is a guy named Greg Casar from Texas. Fantastic. Understands the lay of the land, does not tolerate this type of chaos and racism and misogyny and anti-trans bigotry. He's not here for it. And so yesterday in committee, he forced a moment, knowing he's on TV, knowing it's going to give me, people like me, and even he himself the opportunity to share this clip far and wide, to motivate the electorate to stand against this tyranny. And he asked the question of Republicans in the committee, do you condemn Donald Trump pardoning anti-Semitic terrorists, domestic terrorists who attacked the Capitol? Crickets. No Republicans standing up. The chairman starts to protest. You shouldn't be doing this. And Greg Casar asked him, okay, well then how about you? Your microphone's on, it works, Chairman. How about you? Do you condemn anti-Semitism, what this whole hearing is about? Do you condemn it? Do you condemn Donald Trump saying that neo-Nazis were very fine people? Do you condemn it? Not a single Republican stood to do the right thing, to do the easy thing, the easy moral thing, which is to condemn white supremacy. And why would that be? We'll talk about that on the other side of this clip. Why would they deny an opportunity to condemn white supremacy? Watch Greg Casar.
The Republican majority has called a hearing on anti-Semitism, and so I have some questions for my colleagues on the committee. Donald Trump said after neo-Nazis marched through Charlottesville that they were, quote, very fine people on both sides. If you condemn Donald Trump saying this, will you raise your hand? RFK, the head of Health and Human Services, spread an anti-Semitic conspiracy theory that COVID was engineered to target white and black people, but spare Jewish people. If you condemn the head of the U.S. Health and Human Services for spreading this anti-Semitic conspiracy theory, will you please raise your hand? Nobody.
I'd suggest the hearing is to question the witnesses that are here who have spent time and energy to come here.
I have a question for you, Mr. Chairman.
So I think the questioning is
Mr. Chairman, will you condemn...
I am not on the witness stand.
Mr. Chairman, this is my time, and I'm happy to ask you then. Would you condemn Donald Trump for pardoning a January 6th rioter who praised Hitler and encouraged more killing of Jewish people? Mr. Chairman, since you just used some of my time, you can use more of it. Will you condemn Trump for pardoning an anti-Semitic rioter?
I'm seeing 4 witnesses waiting for your question.
I'm asking you a question, Mr. Chairman. Your microphone works. Do you condemn this?
I will yield time to the witnesses to answer questions that are pertinent.
So clearly, Mr. Chairman, not a single Republican today has been willing to condemn any of this anti-Semitism. Unfortunately, the party of very fine people on both sides, or Jewish space lasers, does not give a damn about stopping anti-Semitism. If my Republican colleagues want to stop the spread of anti-Semitism, maybe they should stop apologizing for and promoting anti-Semites. And with all due respect to the Congresswoman from New York who's back to join us, if Republicans want to fight anti-Semitism, they shouldn't go groveling to the most anti-Semitic president in modern American history.
That's how it's done. Now let's answer that question. Why would a Republican deny themselves the opportunity, a golden one at that? And Donald Trump loves the gold, right? Why would they deny themselves the opportunity to push back against on a national stage, on an international stage, to show that they are actually opposed, both in word, which is easy, but also in deed, to anti-Semitism? Again, the purpose of this committee hearing. That's the legislative objective of this particular committee. Why would they deny it? Well, the answer is simple. They are bigots. They are racists. They are themselves anti-Semitic. A lot of these Republicans are evangelical dipshits who believe, because of their death cult philosophies, that Israel must be supported because it will usher in the end times. It's but a means to an end for these people who think Jesus will only come back once these particular conspiracy theory prophecies come to pass, which is in itself anti-Semitic. Greg Casar did us all a service here in putting this forward so I can talk about this, so he can post about this, so you can learn about this obscure, or what would have been obscure, moment in a committee hearing. It should be easy to say there were not very fine people on both sides of the racist march that took place in Charlottesville. There were two sides marching: anti-fascists and neo-Nazis. David Duke was there marching, the former Grand Wizard of the KKK, who endorsed Donald Trump, who Donald Trump refused to disavow the endorsement of. Yet they want to sit here and act like, opine as though they are mighty warriors for the Jewish people against anti-Semitism. Give me a fucking break. So anyway, more of this energy. We need this younger crop, this new generation of leaders within the Democratic Party to keep doing what they're doing, to keep exposing these liars and hypocrites and racists and bigots, hearing after hearing after hearing. I'm here for it. I hope you are too. What do you think about this? I'd love to know. You can comment below. That'll help the algorithm to share this content with new subscribers, certainly new viewers. You can also call the voicemail line 714-576-4054. And of course, as always, you can email me daily@dollemore.com. Please consider becoming a channel member. Click the join button below. Go to my Patreon page, patreon.com/iDataPodcast. I'm on social media just about everywhere. Not on the anti-Semitic Nazi Twitter, but everywhere else at Dollemore. I'd love to see you there. And I will see you next time. Until then, be genuine and take care of one another.